Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, August 20th, 2017, and this is your fun fact of the day. The city of Jericho, one of the oldest cities we know about on the earth and arguably the lowest city on earth, sitting approximately 750 feet below sea level. So here we have the book of Joshua. Israel has replaced Moses with Joshua as their leader, and we've begun conquest of the promised land, and we are encountering the first major city to be conquered, and this is the city of Jericho. In Joshua chapter 6, we have the siege of it, in one of the oddest ways you could actually define a siege as. They come upon this city, which has absolutely formidable walls. You're not just going to run up against these walls and knock them down. Absolutely not. However, God gives Joshua very specific commands to take care of the city. He tells the men of Israel, dress up for war, get all ready to go, and bring your priests, bring the Ark of the Covenant, and bring some horns. Some actually horns, some ram's horns that you could actually blow into, and march around the city the entire way. While you're marching, don't say a word, just blow the horns. They're actually called trumpets, I suppose, but I don't actually know where this falls as far as like the trumpets we know of nowadays. Could be a bugle for all I know. Do this for 6 days. March all the way around the city, don't say a word, just blow your trumpets. And on the 7th day, you go around the city 7 times. Blow the trumpets, don't say a word. So they did this. 6 days, they circled the city once. 7th day, they circled the city 7 times. And at the end of that 7th time, God commanded that they would pull back a little ways, blow the horns one more time, and this would be a signal for the entire of Israel to shout. And so they do. They pull back, they blow the horns, and they yell for all their worth. And behold, the city of Jericho became exposed as the walls fell down flat. Well, with no walls surrounding a city, this is a pretty easy target. They took it over, they pillaged, they burned it to the ground. They also spared one particular woman named Rahab and her entire family, as she'd asked for and as men who had previously visited her had promised with their own lives. There are many stories kind of similar to this, not in that they march around cities and shout and more walls fall down, but there are many more conquests of other cities and other lands that happen throughout the entirety of Joshua. Israelites continue to fight for their land. They fight some battles. At some point the sun stands still. The covenant is renewed a couple times. And they conquer the entire promised land, and when they're done, they divvy it up amongst the 12 tribes of Israel. Cities of refuge are made, and at the end of Joshua, the actual book, Joshua dies. Seems to be a theme here with Israelite leaders dying at the end of books. And then we come across the book of Judges, which we will start into next week. And on the news today is National Radio Day. I like my radio. I listen to some FLR around Lansing. Helps me get through the workday. And National Chocolate Pecan Pie Day. Is it a pecan or a pecan? Apparently it depends on how it's being used. Or you could just call it a pecan. Hope you've enjoyed this fun fact of the day. See you tomorrow.